We are with Cierra Toomey, senior Dunmore, state championship under your belt. But, you know, that road is never like this. There's always those ups and downs.
Mhm.
You had a big down, but you had a rebound, so to speak. And let's talk a little bit about going through the challenge of your knee.
Yeah. I mean, I'm super grateful for how my life has gone. So before that, I never really had to deal with adversity of that level. Um, so when it happened, it just seemed like the end of the world. And so I just remember scheduling a surgery and talking with the surgeon and him just being so confident that I was going to get back to where I was. And so right from the beginning, I had a lot of positivity around it. I mean, obviously it sucks that it happened, but all everyone was telling me was how I'm going to come back stronger. And I think that's what happened. I mean, whether I was playing at my best, even when we won, um, even now I'm feeling like I'm getting back to where I was before. So it was a bump in the road, but I think it's something that I will have learned a bunch of life lessons from. I'm much stronger physically, mentally. So obviously it sucks that I couldn't play the game that I loved for so long, but to come back and win, it was just, I wouldn't have changed anything about it.
You got a tight family, and the people in Dunmore are really tight. But then there's like I don't know if you want to even say the LAC, one league district too. You know, a lot of people were pulling for you. I guess you probably found out that wow, there's a lot of people out there that care. I'm sure you got some random texts, or your parents got some calls, or what have you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was really cool. It was like everyone kind of came together to say they were so sorry for it happening. So when that happened, to have that support, it made me just want to work as hard as I can to get back. It was very motivating. And then when I did start coming back and playing again, to have that support, just everyone be so happy for me, everyone just want me to do so well, stay healthy, all that. I mean, it just kind of shows the community we have here. Dunmore, they were there to support us through the whole season, and even the teams around us, once we started going farther and farther and their seasons had ended, they just kind of turned fans of Dunmore. So it was really cool.
You've had some talented teams every year at Dunmore. This was the year you won the state championship. You might have said, "Man, we should have or could have or whatever." It is what it is. But
Yeah.
you know, without those people before and without the people before that,
Yeah.
you know, Dunmore basketball. Your mom saying, "Listen, this thing's been building for a long time."
Yeah, I mean, I would completely agree with that. Um, I've gotten to learn from so many great teammates, so many coaches. I mean, Coach O'Brien, I'm so grateful for everything that he taught us, just for basketball and in life. I mean, stuff we could take on to college and even after that. So that I feel like was a huge part of it. My mom got to coach under him for 3 years, and I think she learned so much. And so being able to use that new knowledge and what she already knew, I think is what was key this year. So coaching wise, we learned so much, and just as a player, I learned so much from Coach O'Brien. I mean, I've played for my mom for a good amount of my lifetime. So when I started playing for him, it was a whole different look on the game. So that was really cool. And then to be able to play with players like Mariah Murray, like Mia Bloom, like all them, it was really cool. And I think we all learned from each other. We made each other better every day. So I think that whole 3-year build-up was the reason we had the success we did this year.
You're a fan of your sister, but your sister's a big fan of you. You guys are pretty close. Talk a little bit about now.
Yeah.
She's going to end up coming back, playing for Coach O'Brien. Pretty special situation there, but just talk about that relationship.
Yeah, I mean, she's my built-in best friend. I'm very fortunate to have a sister like her. She's just super supportive. I mean, there's obviously competition. We both want to do well when we're competing in things, but we're just so happy for each other. I mean, she's always the first person to post or text me when something happens. I'm always the first person to text her. Like, it's just that sort of relationship, and we push each other, which helps too. It's kind of cool that now she's home because we get to work out together. We get to kind of, again, push each other in those workouts. So it's been a lot of fun, and I'm super excited for her. I think she's really happy, and I'm just happy for her.
There's only one Dunmore. I mean, it's a special place.
Yeah.
It's about family. It's about, you know, relationships, being a great, you know, student athlete, and just knowing that what you got going on at Dunmore is pretty unique. You're going to find that out, but I'm sure you want to go explore the world, and you're going to be able to do that at UNC.
Yeah. I mean, Dunmore will always be the #1 town in America to me. I mean, just everyone always says that, but I feel like no one really gets it until they come to Dunmore. I don't know many other towns that would literally travel everyone to Hershey Everyone buy a quick shirt sale. Like we threw together something in 24 hours, and I think everyone bought one. Um, so just the way they show out and support everyone, it's just so unique. And I know that it's not going to be like that when I go down there, but I think that I found a school that's that's pretty close. So I'm really excited, but I'll never forget Dunmore, obviously.
Let's talk about your teammates working hard between last year and this year to put yourselves in a position like, hey, we're down and out. Sometimes you hear those stories that, hey, we're going to work hard knowing that we may get our favorite teammate back, but they busted their tail.
Yeah, I give huge props to them because it is such a change. I mean, going from having a set group of people that play together the whole year to me coming in, it was a big difference. So I was super grateful that they accepted me, but I was super grateful for all the work that they did while I was still on the sidelines. I mean, it was fun to watch. Fun to watch them grow too. A lot of people play AAU, and just the jump from when the season ended last year to starting this year, I think they worked super hard, and they also realized what they needed to do for us to have success this year. Because at the beginning of the season, I really didn't think I was going to play. So they kind of knew going into it, if they wanted to have another season like we've had in the past, they were really going to have to put in that extra work. And I think they all did it, and it all paid off, obviously. So it was super exciting to see, and just as a friend to all of them, I was happy for everyone.
You hit the floor at the CYC, which, well, how that happened. And then at some point, you get back on that floor, and then let's talk about between the mental and physical part and the confidence and that growth to the state championship.
Yeah. I mean, you could work out as much as you want on your own, but until you really like play in a game and experience the contact with people who don't really care that you're injured. I mean, in practice sometimes I'd be like, just pretend I'm not injured. Like people would avoid me because they didn't want to be that person who bumps into me or stuff like that. So practicing and games were completely different animals. Like the district championship really stood out to me because obviously that was where I got hurt. So there was a big mental block there going into it. So to get out there and just kind of take a deep breath, I fell a couple times, landed on my knee, and that was a big step for me because being able to see that I could do that, but also succeed. I mean, it was exciting, and every game you just conquer another challenge that you were worried about. And I felt like we timed it real well. Like by the state championship game, I wasn't really thinking about it. I wasn't really worried. I mean, my game wasn't where I had left it, but just the confidence was like, I think the best it could have been. So it kind of, the timing of it worked out. Obviously, the line it was a little bit of that was just a fun thing. I wanted to play in the last line it. So yeah, it all worked out in the end. Little time here, little time there, and then just built my way up throughout the postseason.
And your relationship with your mom, if you had to describe that?
I mean, it's really unique because, like I said, she has coached me my whole life. So I feel like I have like I have coach mom and then I have mom. So it's been cool to watch her grow as coach mom, but also see how she's able to handle it as mom. And I think she's done a good job. We spend a lot of time together, obviously. So it's been I'm super grateful for all of that.
She yell at you to clean your room, or is that pretty much in good shape?
Not as much as she used to. I think I've gotten better, thankfully. She also doesn't notice it as much anymore. She probably will start to notice it a little bit more now that the season's over. But yeah. Thankfully, I was kind of off the hook for a little bit. Yeah.
Can she cook?
Oh yeah, she makes a lot of great dinners. She every night she's like, oh, I'm gonna make this, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll take it, and it's always good. So can't complain, and she's super woman. She somehow finds a way to balance it all.
Got to mention Dad. Golf, help you with golf.
Yeah, he was my golf coach for I think 3 years. He was always a big supporter of my golf career. He wanted me to play this year, but I just needed more time to recover. But he's always been super supportive. He taught me a lot about golf, him and both my grandpas. I went to a swing coach for a little bit because I started to get a little bit better than he could fix. But he knows a lot. He always says that he knows how he should execute it, but he can't execute it. So he's a better coach than he is a player at golf. But it's fun to just go and play with him. I'm hoping he's able to come down in the summer. We'll play down in North Carolina. Yeah.
Well, hey, it's great to catch up with you, state champion, and bright future. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that.